You need to go absolutely all in until you're making at least $10,000 a month, right? The reason people set the goal as $10,000 a month, it's not because they want the money or like maybe they want to, get the material needs out of their system. They want to buy the nice car, buy the nice clothes, but you've heard everyone say, like, once you're, buying that kind of stuff, like, it gets old real quick, okay? The thing you really want at that stage, you want the power, okay? You want power, not in the sense of this Machiavellian, manipulative manner where you want to control people and, let them do anything you please. Like, it's not that sense. The power in the sense of choosing your circumstances, choosing how you want your life to unfold. That's what you want. That's the power you want. And another word for that is like this freedom. Right, so that's the thing when people say, I want freedom. Freedom is really just the power to choose your own environment, the power to choose your own circumstances in life. And once you're at that stage, you can do that. You can essentially live the lifestyle you want. You can buy whatever you want. You can go wherever you want. You can literally do whatever you want, all right? And with that, there also comes another set of problems, right? Because when you are broke, like, that in a sense is also very simple because you only have one problem. You only have one problem, and that is to get money. Like, that is your one and all. Like, you don't care about anything else really. Like, friends, family, like, I don't care. Like, girlfriends, what? No, I don't care. Like, you just want to make money. Like, that's your only goal. So you have one singular focus. But once you've actually achieved your goal, once you've hit the 10K a month, where you can live like a millionaire essentially, you have a different set of problems. Now you're like, oh, I want to improve my relationships. Oh, I want to improve my family dynamic. Oh, I want to improve my dating. Oh, I want to improve my social skills. All these problems start to arise because it wasn't really in your awareness at that stage, right? Because you were so blinded because you were only focused on making money. And that is like, obviously there's trade-offs with everything. Because you're focused, you can actually, achieve your goal pretty quickly. But once you're at that stage, there's a lot of other problems that start to arise. Not problems in the sense of like, things that will make your life worse, but you just become aware of inefficiencies in your life that you want to improve. All right, and that just comes with the journey, right? That just comes with the natural progression of you as an entrepreneur, as you watching this video. All right, so you need to go absolutely all in. You need to stop messing around. Like, if you're below that level, you operate out of this state of need and lack and like greed and ego because you want this thing and obviously you don't have it yet. As Naval said, a desire is a contract you make, or a contract you sign, or a contract you make with yourself to be unhappy until you've fulfilled that desire. So you need to be very careful. In Thailand at the moment, and like I think I can put a photo up of me at the Buddha statue. Like it's this. Obviously, I haven't done much research on that, but I definitely want to dive into that a little more. So it's a lot more about peace and tranquility and no desires and just happy with where you are. All right, I think there's beauty in that as well. It's not just because I'm in Thailand and now I'm influenced. Like, I'm very open-minded about everything. Like I'm not very dogmatic. Like I can it's I think Socrates said this. Let me quickly check it up. Like, an intelligent man can become aware of a certain belief or certain dogma, but not let it influence him. So a lot of people, like, Christians, for example, as well, like, I think they can only read the Bible. Like, you can't even look at the Quran. You can't even look at Buddhism. Like, I think you can, you should be able to, learn from all perspectives and then take the one that that resonates with you the most, right? So you can't just go all in, like you haven't even read the Bible, but like you just go all in. So, you should be open-minded with everything, all right? That's what I think. That's the thing that I've adopted. And I think it's been, serving me quite well. Nothing against anyone, like no judgment at all. Like, I'm in the land of Thailand. Like, I don't judge anyone, like, live and let live. But, it's just my perspective, all right? So, intelligent man, let's see if I can quickly get this quote. Oh, here it is. Intelligent, every people from the experience is stupid. Okay, wait. That is definitely not the right one. But it's in the lines of, where you can see a belief or perspective and be able to observe it, but not adopt it as your own. So you can actually just look at it. But some people, when they're so scared when they see another perspective, another belief, that they're scared they're going to fall into it. So it's more a problem of you not being in control of yourself. All right. But I went on a complete side tangent, but I think these tangents are very important because I don't really think of them. So it's coming like out of the ether. Like I just talk, right? So when I go on these side tangents, it's like things that connect with what I'm saying. All right. But essentially, going back to my previous point, you want to go absolutely all in because I was talking about, the greed and the ego and all this stuff. So when you've reached the 10K a month, right? This whole new world, like not in the terms of financial gains and like things you can buy and like, trips you can go to. Like I'm going to Bali in like 6 days as well. Like just traveling in general. Like I see a lot of people, when I see people post the travel content, I'm like, no, you should lock in, you should work. Like that was me that I just realized once I've been traveling a lot. I think it really opens up your mind like a ton. Like I highly recommend it. So once you're at that stage at 10K a month, you can do that pretty easily, right? So, and when I saw this content, I'm like, no, you should work, you should lock in. Like, what are you doing? You can't have fun. It was just me being like judgmental because I couldn't travel. Like I didn't have the luxury of doing that, right? So yeah, but once you've started to travel and open up your mind to new environments, to new and I put on my Instagram story as well, a shark only grows to the size of the environment they find themselves in. Like I was in an aquarium and I saw these sharks, right? I walked in there and like, I think the travel guide or whoever was taking us to these different places, he was like, check out these sharks. I'm like, oh shit, I'm going to see a great white shark, like this massive thing in this aquarium. Like what? And then the shark was like this big, and it's because it was in a small environment. It was in a small, not cage, but like in a small, aquarium, like a small box. So like when you see that and you see the shark is so tiny, he doesn't know his potential. He doesn't know the size of the great whites. He's only thinking like, oh, I'm the biggest fish in this pond. But once you actually start to, if he's thrown in like the big ocean, the big ocean, like the normal ocean, like the normal competitive environment, he's going to be the smallest shark in these surroundings, like in the environment, right? But he was so used to, living in that small cage or that small environment he found himself in that he thought he was like this big shot. When you move to a bigger one, you're like, oh, I'm actually the smallest guy here. And that's what you want to do. Sharks only grow to the size of the environment they find themselves in. So when you travel and you explore these different places and you explore these different cultures, you actually, you open your mind up a lot. And that also helps with a lot with creativity. When you're stuck in your own box, like you can't think creatively, you're just stuck. Like, I don't know how else to explain it, but once you travel, you actually realize how important this is in terms of your development as well. Like I'm not working as much here, but I'm still working. Like everything is work. Like just me becoming, like improving myself in all areas is still work because your business is an extension of you. All right. So like your business that you're running is just is an extension of you. There's no other way to say it. So when you improve as a person, you adopt new beliefs that maybe can, influence you in certain areas where it can improve your business, improve yourself, and therefore it will improve your business. All right. So you don't necessarily have to work in the business. You can work on yourself as well, and that will improve the business aspect. So you might be networking with certain people. He says there's one thing, and that one thing changes in your, in your business, and that causes you to double your revenue in the next 3 months, right? So you didn't really work on your business, like in the laptop, doing the SOPs and stuff. You were out, maybe having fun, but you had a chat with this one guy, and he said this one thing that, like that small tweak just changed in your business where you just exploded in the next 3 months. So that's how it works. That's how it happens. Okay. So I really want you, my goal with this YouTube channel and this video specifically is to just get you to that 10K a month. I have a lot of videos on my channel. Like there's this one, how to basically guarantee 10K a month, explained with math. You can search that on my channel. You can just scroll down a bit. I think it got like 1,200 views. Did pretty well. And even though it's not the best setup, like the message in that video is perfect because once you actually have a plan and you can see, okay, when I send these much messages and I do this ad or I do this amount of content, whatever, and you get this amount of calls booked and your close rate is, 15 to 20% and you close 4 clients for 2.5K each, that's 10K a month. So all you need to do is focus, and this is called key performance indicators, KPIs. So if you have your KPIs, you need to send 100 messages a day. With math, guaranteed, the only difference, and there's this one song that the only difference, let me just complete my sentence. The only difference is time. The time just needs to elapse. So my favorite song, or not my favorite, but like one of the songs I like is A Matter of Time by Vanderlux. I would always, I don't know, I'll probably be I don't know how this copyright stuff works. Like I'm not a YouTuber or anything. Like I'm a business guy. Okay. I think it's, Vanderlux. Matter of time. So I always used to play that when I was, on my house, at the balcony, just envisioning how good life can be. And I just knew. And this is one of the things I also talk a lot about with my one-on-one coaching clients. Like, if you just know, it's just a matter of time. You just, like, how are you on this planet and not achieving and die and not achieve your goals? Like, I think, what is his name? It's Naval. He said, how to measure intelligence is to know if you got the things you wanted out of life. So a measure of your intelligence is if you got the things you wanted out of life. So that's, so essentially, it's all about choosing the right goal. You can't I want to become the next Alexander the Great and conquer the world before 20. You can set that goal, 100%. You can set any goal you want, but is it realistic? And I also don't like to operate out of the realistic paradigm, but some things like I'm not going to become the Alexander the Great and conquer the world by 25. Maybe, if you really put your mind to it, but you just know some goals, you just know 10K a month, come on, are you kidding me? Before I die, how will I not achieve this? So you just really need to put your mind to it. And if you're intelligent enough, you will choose the right goals based on setting goals and living the good life and all that, because I'm going on so many side tangents, but it's very important. My goal isn't necessarily to make money. All right. It's part of the goal, but it's a means to an end. So money is just a means to actually fuel the good life. All right. And good life is all subjective. Maybe good life is for you just sitting in your room and meditating for 10 hours, becoming a monk. I met a monk as well, at the Buddha statue. So he's just chilling, he's living a happy life. Should I tell him, you should make money, you should build a business? No, that, it's all subjective. Living the good life is all subjective. But I still think you need to at least achieve financial independence, right? Because from that stage, you don't think of this, as I mentioned in the beginning, of this ego and of the scarcity mindset and this greed. You don't think in that paradigm. But once you've actually achieved financial independence, your mind just opens up. It's like this new world, literally, where you think of, for lack of better terms, this abundance mindset, and you think of more possibilities that can happen. And the only way to get there is to obviously achieve financial independence. So that's my goal with this YouTube channel and also this video, is for you to just get to at least 10K a month. There's not that much, all right? And then once you're there, you can, you can live the life you want. Because, living the good life, money is definitely part of that, all right? So, yeah, that's my video for today. It's here in Thailand. I'm actually, obviously going to Bali in a week. And then I'm going to visit the islands here. And got a trip planned with the family as well during the day. So, yeah, even though I'm not working, doing the emails and all that kind of, doing the sales calls, I'm still working in a sense, all right? So, because working on yourself and also broadening your, broadening your consciousness and your, the things you experience, right? Just your, what do you call it? Experiencing life, essentially. That helps you in all areas of life, especially in business as well, where everyone is just, Alex and Moses pushing this, just work, weekends, work. You can't, you're like a horse with his blinders on. You can't really, you just focus, that's good, but you're not opening it up and actually seeing the entire world. And from there, you can bring different perspectives, which can ultimately help you, because the only way, or the easiest way to gain a competitive edge in the marketplace is to do what everyone else is not doing. Okay, so when everyone else is just working, like you essentially don't want to work. Like you want to take a step back and maybe look at it from a different perspective. But yeah, that's just my opinion. Like I obviously haven't been in business for long, like 2 years or so. But yeah, it's just from now what I've learned so far and the people I've interacted with and my life experience essentially. So if you enjoyed this video, I would much appreciate it if you leave a like and subscribe and do all that cool stuff. And yeah, I release a video every single week. So if you like this type of content, like my previous content, definitely hit a subscribe. And then yeah, I see you on next week's video. Cheers.